So Martha runs out. She run out to greet, oh, Jesus, Master. If you had just been here, brother, now meantime, Mary, they both got word that Jesus. Mary said, I wish I would. I called for him 2 days ago. Got attitude. The Bible says that when you get there, it says at verse 20, go to verse 20, that Martha, as soon as she heard Jesus was coming, she went out to meet him. Mary was still at the house. So that's where we get that old kind of language from, still at the house. That's Bible talk, still at the way, still at the house, you know. Martha said, Jesus, Lord, you've been here. Oh, our brother would not have died. And he said, he's going to live again. And she started trying to be theological. Oh, I know, in the last day, you looking at the resurrection. Now, by this time, Jesus is taking authority over the scene. And then this is trying to lead us to a place of authority and a different kind of authority today. Because many times in our lives, we don't understand that there's an authority in loosening. An authority in loosening. And that's what I'm talking about today, that you get to a point in our lives to understand that the Bible speaks about binding and loosening. And in this series, in authority, you got to loose some stuff in your life and not just bind some stuff in your life. He's now loosening his authority in his conversation. No. When I came on the scene, I am the resurrection and I am the life. Don't you know when Jesus steps on the scene, everything changes? There's nothing going to stay the same when he steps on the scene. That now he's moving into a whole other realm to understand that he's even got power over death and life. That's good news right there, because in some of my situations, I need a God that can judge death and life. That when the stuff that folk can call dead, he can bring it back to life. And when stuff that's been cast off, he can bring it back again. When things that we thought went too far, he can pull it back in. He has the authority to loosen stuff. And because he got some authority, he gonna show me how to have that same authority. What you bind on earth, you're bound in heaven. What you loose on earth, you loose. If you loose your attitude in a good place, you'll have a good attitude. If you loose your problems, you won't have no more problems. But as long as you bind that stuff up, you're gonna be jacked up for quite a while. Some stuff you ought to let go right now. You ought to loose your attitude, loose your past, loose your feelings. Come on, get out your feelings today. Don't nobody care about your feelings but you. He said, no, I got authority on this thing. And then she's still at the house. This reminds us of, this is the pre-point, because I only got one point today. This is the pre-point. This reminds us of rebellious and hellish behavior. She thought, because she had some camaraderie with Jesus, that she ought to have some special privilege. Like y'all. I drove the bishop. I fed the bishop. He better show up when I call him. Jesus delayed 2 days. The Bible don't indicate, but I'm sure he didn't delay just because he was delayed. He probably had some more business where he was. But since he can control the situation where he is, he knew whenever he got there to be all right. You can't never get too familiar with the holy and with the prophet of God that you forget that it's God's business and not your business. Don't you get so comfortable in you, and whatever God has blessed, go on and thank God for everything he done gave you. But don't you lose your edge by getting caught up in your stuff and the trap preacher now.